How do narcissists behave in friendships? And in this question lies a universe of misunderstanding, for you are attempting to apply the sacred laws of human connection, reciprocity, loyalty, trust, and mutual affection to a creature that operates in a completely different dimension of existence. To ask how a narcissist behaves in a friendship is like asking how a black hole behaves as a star. It does not. Its very nature is the antithesis of starlight. You must, from this moment forward, surgically remove the word friend from your vocabulary when discussing the narcissist. They do not have friends. They do not make friends. They acquire assets. They curate a portfolio of human resources. They manage a stable of utilities. You were never their friend. You were a piece of equipment in their emotional and social utility closet, and your value was determined solely by your function. To the narcissist, the landscape of humanity is not a community to belong to, but a chessboard on which they are the only player, and every other person is a piece to be positioned, manipulated, and sacrificed to protect the king, their own fragile, grandiose ego. The selection of these pieces is not a matter of affection. It is a cold, strategic calculation of utility and supply. They are the ultimate social opportunists, scanning the room not for a kindred spirit, but for a tool that can serve a purpose, an audience that can offer applause, or a container that can hold their refuse. The horror of their friendship is not that it is a bad or unhealthy one. It is that it is a meticulously crafted, soul-draining illusion, a hologram of connection designed to conceal a transaction of the most parasitic and vampiric nature. Let us dissect the roles available in the narcissist's theatrical production of friendship, for you were not cast as a co-star, but as a specific, functional prop. First, there is the trophy friend. This is the person with social status, wealth, beauty, or noteworthy talent. The narcissist latches onto this person not out of admiration, but out of a desire for psychic osmosis. They believe that by being seen with you, by associating with your success, they absorb your positive qualities. Your achievements become their anecdotes. Your social circle becomes their new hunting ground. They will stand next to you in photographs, but they will stand behind you with a knife, ready to cut you down the moment your light threatens to outshine theirs. Then, there is the primary source of supply, the adoring worshiper. This is often an empathetic, perhaps slightly naive individual who mistakes the narcissist's charisma for character. Your role is simple: to be their unwavering audience, their sycophantic echo chamber. You are there to laugh at their jokes, validate their opinions, soothe their ego when it is bruised, and offer a constant, steady drip of admiration. You are the emotional gas station on their lonely highway, and they will keep you around as long as your tank is full and your prices are low. Next, and perhaps most cruelly, there is the scapegoat, or the emotional landfill. This friend is chosen for their high tolerance for abuse and their deep well of empathy. Your function is to be the designated container for all the narcissist's projected shame, rage, and self-loathing. When they fail, you will be subtly or overtly blamed. When they feel insecure, they will chip away at your confidence to feel superior. You are their emotional punching bag, the one they call to unload their toxicity, knowing you will absorb it without complaint. They come to you not for comfort, but for release, leaving you feeling drained, confused, and dirty, while they walk away feeling lighter and cleaner. Finally, there is the useful tool, the friend with a specific, tangible asset. You might be the friend who is a lawyer, a doctor, the one with the vacation home, the one who is good with computers, or the one who can get them into exclusive parties. Your friendship is maintained only as long as your utility is required. The moment you are unable or unwilling to provide your specific service, your value plummets to zero, and communication will cease with a chilling and abrupt silence. Most people in their orbit will find themselves playing a combination of these roles, shifted and rotated according to the narcissist's needs of the moment. The actual experience of being in a narcissistic friendship is a masterclass in psychological vertigo. There is no reciprocity. It is a one-way street paved with their needs and your concessions. They will call you at all hours to drain you with their dramas, but when you are in crisis, they will be suddenly and mysteriously unavailable. They will vanish. Your pain is boring. It is inconvenient. It is a drain on their resources, and it offers them no supply unless they can somehow turn your tragedy into a stage for their own performance, as the heroic, caring friend for a wider audience. The relationship is poisoned by a constant, simmering undercurrent of competition and envy. They cannot genuinely celebrate your success. If you get a promotion, they will offer a backhanded compliment designed to subtly diminish it. That's great, but isn't that company known for being a bit of a dead end? They will gossip about you behind your back, triangulating you against their other friends to create conflict and ensure they remain the central hub of all information and power. They are masters of creating a we against them dynamic, making you feel special and included, only to make another friend feel special by sharing your most private confidences with them moments later. They are the ultimate fair weather friend, basking in the sunshine of your good fortune, but disappearing at the first sign of a cloud, leaving you to weather your storms utterly and completely alone. The entire structure is built on sand, because it is devoid of the foundational elements of true human connection, empathy, and loyalty. They are incapable of the former, and actively disdainful of the latter, as loyalty implies a commitment that might one day inconvenience them. And so, inevitably, every narcissistic friendship concludes with the same predictable, brutal final act: devaluation and discard. The reasons are myriad. Perhaps you have begun to see through the mask and have started setting boundaries. A boundary, to a narcissist, is an act of war, a declaration that you are a separate, sovereign entity, which is an existential threat to their need for control. Perhaps you have exhausted your utility. Your resources have been mined. Your supply has run dry. You are no longer shiny and new. Or perhaps, most likely, they have secured a newer, higher value asset. Just as in their romantic entanglements, they will secure your replacement before they terminate your position. The discard, when it comes, will be swift, cold, and often without explanation. You will be ghosted, blocked, and deleted from their life with the detached efficiency of clearing a computer's cache. You will be left reeling, questioning what you did wrong, replaying every interaction in a desperate search for the cause of this sudden amputation. But you did nothing wrong. Your purpose was served. The tool was no longer needed. The asset was liquidated. You will then likely become the subject of a vicious smear campaign, as they must control the narrative and paint you as the villain to justify their own callous behavior to their remaining portfolio of friends. You must understand this with every fiber of your being. You were never their friend. You were merely a line item on the balance sheet of their ego, a temporary asset in their portfolio of supply, and your value was only ever equal to your last utility. To grieve the loss of this friendship is to grieve a ghost, to mourn an illusion you so desperately wanted to be real. The true task is not to mourn what was lost, but to awaken to the reality of what it was: a dangerous, transactional, and ultimately empty charade, and to vow to never again offer the sacred gift of your friendship to a being who only knows how to consume.